Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderfall Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Sorry for my absence from the YouTube channel this past week. I've had a nasty cold and been down and out, not been able to talk much, and well, there's been no battle reports, no nothing on the channel for this week, unfortunately, due to all of that. However, started to feel on the mend, and well, even if I wasn't, I would definitely be doing a video about what I'm about to do today. So, today, well, yesterday for me here in Australia, late last night, I'd gone to bed and I woke up to see that Broken Realms had had its own website put up by Games Workshop. So for those who don't know, Broken Realms was something revealed in the last major Games Workshop reveal show that they did on Twitch, and it was effectively supposed to be the next major narrative arc of the story of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, obviously taking over from the Soul Wars that we are in now. So we're going to take a look at the website. There's some really interesting stuff hidden amongst all the big glamour and pictures of this all, and let's just have a bit of a deep dive and talk a little bit about some of the things, where we think they might go, what I think about certain things, and just discuss, I guess, everything Broken Realms that we know so far and have been shown so far. So of course, to start off with, you can sign up to a newsletter for Broken Realms, which will give you a lot of this information in an email from Games Workshop. If that's how you'd like to receive it, definitely do sign up. Also, when you sign up for the newsletter, you will get a narrative story, which is a cool one that came out today, destruction focused, emailed to you every 2 weeks, which is really cool as well. And so we start with the thing we know that Broken Realms was sort of teased for us initially with, which is book 1 will be called Morathi. Potentially this might be like the End Times, where all the books are named after key players. For those who don't know the End Times books, they were obviously called Nagash, Glotkin, Kane, Thanquol, and Archaon, named after major parties in all of them. The only one not named after any particular character was Kane, but that's because Kane was the god focus around all the characters in that one. And so, what Book 1 Morathi, the first installment in this thrilling series, tells us the story of Morathi's aspirations to ascend to godhood and the lengths she will go to do so, including outright betrayal. In addition to this exciting, world-changing background, this book includes exclusive new rules for 5 of the narrative's featured factions, namely the cities of Sigmar, Stormcast Eternals, the Slaves to Darkness, Idoneth Deepkin, and of course the Daughters of Cain. So what's really cool is all these different factions. We're going to get 5 factions right out of the bat. They're going to get some brand new stuff, and we'll go into that in detail when we head down to that in a sec. But let's talk a little bit about the story of Morathi. So she's trying to ascend to godhood. There's a fantastic trailer that I won't show here. I definitely recommend you go look that up. You should be able to find that on either Warhammer Community, on the Broken Realms website that I've got up here, or you should be able to find it on YouTube as well. And it sort of talks about her talking about how the mirror's reflection and you can't see the shadows behind you that are going to betray you and all that sort of stuff. She's going to stab people in the back, and she will do anything to get her godhood. And so here's the little video. We won't click on it here, but let's look at all the factions we're going to get shown. So let's talk about all of these. Daughters of Cain wise, Morathi commands the absolute loyalty of the Daughters of Cain, who fight to aid the Shadow Queen. The Daughters of Cain will receive allegiance abilities and War Scroll battalions for the Xanatharkai Temple, which is a brand new temple for those who haven't played Daughters of Cain. And just judging by the picture we've got here, it looks like it might be a snake-focused one that also ties in with the release of that Pain and Pleasure, or whatever that box set is called, that we're going to get with the Daughters of Cain and Slaanesh on either side, which is very obviously heavy snake-focused. So maybe this is going to be a temple that really pushes you towards taking the Melusai parts of the Daughters of Cain army. Alongside this, you'll get 2 War Scrolls that let you use both versions of Morathi on the tabletop at the same time. Yes, both versions. Now that's cool. It's been rumoured for a while that we might get to use both versions of Morathi on the table at the same time, and I guess for me the narrative reasons for this are what's most interesting. Are we going to see a split? Is one merely going to be an avatar of Morathi, perhaps? Or is one not a true form? One is sort of something you can summon with the other one. There's a lot of different ways this can go. As I just mentioned, like one of them could be quite clearly an avatar. The big one would be an avatar of Morathi's Iron Will, or you could have the big one is the real thing and she summons the little one potentially. or they are Marathi in attempt for a godhood actually gets rent in two and becomes two separate entities. Perhaps one much more malicious and one much more order favouring. And so I'm really intrigued as to where the narrative is going to go for those particular, well, for Marathi in particular, really. Then we're going to look into Cities of Sigmar. Now, this is the awesome one for me here. Without wishing to give the game away, suffice to say that the free city of Anvilgard in actually the Realm of Fire has quite the part to play in the narrative's unfolding events. Really awesome for me. I love Scourge Privateers and they're a major part of Anvilgard, so I've got a giant Anvilgard. If you haven't seen, I've put it up on the channel plenty of times in some games. You can go check that out in some battle reports. But Book 1 also includes rules for two brand new cities called Misthaven and Harkuron, as well as a War Scroll battalion for the sorceresses Drusha Kraith and her chosen warriors. So we're going to assume that Drusha Kraith is going to be a sorceress on Black Dragon. That's the model we've got shown here on the page. And also Misthaven and Harkuron. To me, Misthaven, it just sounds like a Realm of Shadow one. They both sound like Realm of Shadow to me. They could be actually potentially maybe cities near Anvilgard or across the ocean from Anvilgard, because Anvilgard is a frontier city and sort of like an ocean that's untamed. But I think they're more likely to be some Realm of Shadow ones, which is cool. Some new cities. I mean, cities is just the easiest army to keep adding new stuff to, because you can just keep adding new cities, new allegiance abilities, and all of a sudden all those different models get new uses because the book is so deep. I'm really excited for this. I've already got some Dark Elves on my table ready. I went and picked up a Dreadlord on Black Dragon, or rather a Sorceress on Black Dragon, because I'm going to build up a Sorceress on Black Dragon right now after I finish recording this video. But I'm really excited to see where we go for Cities of Sigmar and keen to learn more about those new free cities. Next up, we have the Stormcast Eternals. So, the Anvils of the Heldenhammer, Guardians of the Black Nexus in Anvilgard, are set to be tested like never before, and to that end, the book includes 5 new War Scroll battalions representing the Wardens of the Stormkeep, Storm Tower Garrison, Stormkeep Patrol, Stormkeep Brotherhood, and Ven Breck's Black Watch, along with 3 new sets of allegiance abilities. So this just further pushes the fact that Anvilgard is going to have a major part to play in the narrative. Once again, I mentioned it's a frontier city in the mortal realms. It sits on the edge of an ocean and, well, it's just, out of the front. It's out in the open. It's the front line city of Akshi, really. And so this is really cool. Ven Breck's Black Watch, he's the Lord Veritan, as you can see by the miniature here. I'm assuming that's going to be him. This could have some really interesting things and maybe give Stormcast some much needed power boost. Excuse me. Got to keep that drink. The throat gets nice and dry when we're sick. But really interested. Stormcast obviously need the boost. We know there's some good Stormcast lists out there doing really well, but I think the thing they lack is the core foundations of Stormcast just don't do well. Those Redeemer units like Liberators and Sequitors no longer do the lifting that they used to do. Next up, we've got Slaves to Darkness, and this is the interesting one for me. So we've got 4 other Order factions. We haven't talked about one of those Order factions yet, but there's 4 other Order factions, and Slaves to Darkness is the only other one. Now, the obvious thing to point out in this is it because Marathi potentially corrupts and turns to chaos? Is the narrative point to sort of pick on here. Maybe, I don't see them fully switching any army ever in allegiance like that, but maybe there might be parts of like potentially parts of Daughter of the Cain and taking a particular temple that you might be able to take them within chaos if they're that particular temple. But what's really cool about this is we're going to get a Chaos Lord on Chariot, which is awesome. I love chariots. I really wish there was more lords on chariot models. It's sad to see the things like the Beast Lord on Chariot and like Dark Elf Beastmasters on chariots and all those characters that were on chariots just disappear. I'm really glad to see them bringing one back. Not only that, but he's going to have his own warband, and he's going to get some War Scroll battalions, as well as some 4 new sets of allegiance abilities as well. Whatever these are, we don't know. They could be something very similar to how some of the ones in Wrath of the Everchosen work. We've got like the Lurid Haze invaders, so they're particular types of invaders. Maybe these are particular types of some other sub-faction. And lastly, but not least, we have the Idoneth Deepkin. One of the key battles in the narrative is a huge Idoneth Deepkin assault against Misthaven, the city of scoundrels. To help you reenact the action, there's a War Scroll Battalion for the Bloodserf Hunt, Nematar's Royal Guardians. The book also includes 4 new War Scrolls, so rewritten War Scrolls for Akelian Alapexes, Leviatons, and both the Eidolons of Mathalan, along with new mount traits for Deepmares and Leviatons. This is really cool because those 4 units, and Deepkin in general, is widely regarded as not having many options. Yes, it has different units, but everything is just compared to Eels, and they are always subpar. Everything just needs to, I guess, points can't change the fundamental problems with Deepkin as an army at the moment. And so to do so, we need to rewrite different War Scrolls. I mean, we can drop points on things like Thralls and Reavers because they're supposed to be more numerous troops. But the reason for Alapex and Leviatons, you can't keep dropping points or they lose their, I guess, essence of what those units are. So instead of rewriting them, dropping points, we are rewriting them. Which I think is the right way to balance these units properly. Traits for your Deepmares and Leviatons is really cool. Leviatons can potentially give them some nice unique abilities, hopefully. And Deepmares can make your Akelian Kings maybe potential to actually be some damage dealers within your army. So, as mentioned, you can go read all the latest fiction that's coming out in the different stories that you'll get in your inbox if you go sign up to a newsletter, and you can sign up to read the fiction here as well. We've then got Broken Realms Book 1 Marathi. It tells us the tale of the Shadow Queen's ascension to godhood. This is all, I guess, sort of products that are coming out down here at the bottom. We've got Broken Realms Shadow and Pain. As I mentioned, this is a new book, new box set, not book, box set that's going to be coming out. We've got 2 armies, and of course we've got those 2 really cool new characters that we've seen. The Lord of Pain, I believe he's called, and the Melusai Iron Scale. I think I've got their names right. But really cool. Box of miniatures coming out, and we've got Broken Realms, the Bloodserf Hunt. Now, judging by maybe these are some cool new boxes coming out as well, and yeah, so I think these are going to be some little cheap, maybe start collecting size boxes. Reminiscent of the different battalions. We've got this Ven's Brex Blackwatch, or Ren Brex Blackwatch, really cool. And then we've got Kraef's Shadow Pact, or Kraef's Shadow Pact, not Pact. Really bad pronunciation there. And we're back to this. And that's really all there is to show for this at the moment. Well, I hope you're excited for Broken Realms, because I certainly am. Don't forget to leave some comments down below. Let us know what you're most excited for, what you're looking forward to, what you think of Broken Realms, and all that sort of stuff. And also don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. All of that means so much to us. Lastly though, don't forget in the link description you'll find a link to our Discord server. You can come chat with me and all other members of our community, which is just blossoming there and going amazing. And lastly, a special thank you to everyone who supports the channel via Patreon. You guys are fantastic. Thank you to our Sinful Guard Militia, Christian Weir, Philip Ward, Chaos Spawn, Soren, Kenny Lowe, and our Free Good Regiment members, James and AJC. Thank you all so much. It means the world. And if you'd like to help support the channel like these fine gentlemen do, you can do so following the link down in the description below to our Patreon, and do so like them. That's it for today though. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now, guys.